Hello guys, my name is Shubham Chaudhary and this is my first project as an intern and it is given by the Spark Foundation. So what is our first project? It is simple. We have a data in terms of hours and a scores and we predict the if a student suppose that if a student studied a number of hours, how much he scores. Okay, means that if it is studies 2 hours, it is score 21 scores. The value of a scores we predict in term of a hours. Okay, we use some important library such as a pandas, numpy and matplotlib. Okay, sorry. And now what is the pandas library? Pandas library, it is used for to read a data because uh, our data have a different format such like a JSON file, Excel file and CSV file. So how to read a data? We use a pandas library and it is also user for find a relationship between the attributes and a labels. Okay, and then second is the numpy library. It is used for a numerical application, means that it is generally used for a arrays application. If we multiply mm, two arrays, so numpy list numpy is numpy we use it. Okay, and matplot library, it is generally used for a graphical representation of attributes. Okay, now we read the data from this URL. It is, and now we use as data equals to pt dot read CSV, and it is use URL. Please read the data, and data is imported successfully. Here it is used at s underscore data dot head. Here it is means that we choose the top 10 values of the data, and if we wanted to choose a last 10 data, so then we use a tail command like data dot tail and shift plus enter. Now it is a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it is a last 10 values. Okay, here we use to show the first 10 values head. Okay, sorry, and then shift plus enter. Okay, now this is shows the number of hours and scores, means that if a student is studied 2.5 hours, he scores 21. Okay, and second student, if it is studies 5.1 hours, he scored 47. Okay, this is shows the relationship between hours and scores. Now we use a matplot library to show the relationship between hours and a score. So how to plot the distribution of a score? We use s data s underscore data dot plot. Here we means here on the x axis we use hours, and y axis we use scores, and style o means that we use a circle representation of a data in form of a o. Okay, now title we use hours versus percentage. Here it is mentioned, and here we use a x label is hours studies. It is shown as a hours studies, and y label is used as a percentage score. Now it is now we can see that it is shows the linear relationship between hours and a percentage. Okay, so if it is studies 2.5 hours, he scores 21. Okay, then shows that if he studies 2.5 hours, he scores 21. Okay, 2.5 from here, and it is the data. It is here show. Okay, it is something like 21. Okay, if he studies 2.5 hour, he scores 21. And second one is, it is showing as of if it is studied 5.5 5.1 hours and it is score 47, his score as a 47. If it is 5.1 just like this, and it is something value near about 47. Okay, then that data shows a linear relationship between the scores and hours. Okay, it is a graphical representation, so we use here a matplotlib library. Okay, now we prepare our data, what is our x value and what is our y value. So uh, suppose that we have a number of attributes in a data, we represent attributes in term of a x and output in term of a y format. Okay, here we use a ilog condition. Ilog condition, it is used for a row with a row and a column. It is mentioned that -1. Okay, -1 means that it is reject last column, only take a previous values from a last column. Okay, then it is take only a mm, sorry, it is take only a hours. Okay, it is just eliminate the scores value, and same as in a y value, it is predict only a, oh sorry, it is print only a y values as a row is equals to like a none and column is 1. 1 means it is shows a hours. Okay, so it is just like a, oh sorry, it is just like a second column, so 21, 47, 27, 75. Okay, this one. Okay, it is 0 and it is 1, so here we use a 1. It is a 1 column. Okay, then what we use, sorry, okay, then what we do after preparing the data, we use a test, train and a split method. Okay, we use a sklearn library for this, import a train, test, split, and we divided our data. Suppose that we have a data set and we divide it into a two parts, training data set and a testing data set. Here, what is the data? It is divided into a xy format. Test size here mention is 0.2. Here it is means that only 20% data we use for a testing and 80% data we use to train a model, and random state is equal to 0, means that it is take only uh, uh, when whenever the program is executed, it take different values, so we use a random state equals to 0. Okay, after that we training the algorithm, train and testing, dividing a training and a testing data, we train the algorithm. So it is shows a linear relationship between hours and a score. So we use a linear regression model for this kind of a problem. Okay, and then we use a sklearn dot linear model, import linear regression library. It is used for and fit the model in term of a x train and a y train. So in this, first we train the model and then we test the model. So after so first we train the model a regressive dot fit x train and comma y train, and then what we do, we use a equation of a line is equals to y plus mx plus c. Y equals to line equals to regression dot coefficient. Regression means linear regression. Okay, it is equals to m, and it is asterisk and uh, x multiplied by x plus regression dot intercept. Okay, it is intercept means c. Okay, now we use a plotter dot scatter diagram to represent the value of a x and y, and we use draw a line in term of a x, so we use a plot x dot line and we show the linear relationship between data points. It is a train the model. Okay, now we make a prediction. So Now we make a prediction. Now we tested a data. So print x test. X test value is 1.5, 3.2, and 7.4, and so on. Okay. Now we use a y prediction value. This is my actual value. It is 21, 47, 27, 75. Now we want to predict the value of a model. Okay. So what we do, we use a y underscore prediction, and it is use a linear regression dot predict x test. X test means whatever we set the value of a x test. Okay. Now we comparing the actual versus predicted value. Okay. We use a pd dot data frame. Pd means it is pandas library, and it is used for making a data frame between actual y test and predicted value. Okay, so actual is 20 and predicted is 16.488. Now second is actual value of a y. Maybe it is 5 point y. Student is study 5.1 hours, and he got the score 27, but its prediction, the model is predicted the value is 33. Okay, then it shows the difference between the actual and the prediction value. So what we do, we find out the uh, error between the actual and a predicted value. So what we use a from sklearn import matrices, means that we use for find out the absolute error between the actual and a prediction value. So what we use as a matrices. Matrices means that it is used for analysis the accuracy of a model. Okay, so we use a print command mean absolute error, and matrices dot mean absolute error, it's y test and a y predict. Okay, whatever we test y value, and y the model give a prediction value. So it is shows that 4.1838. Here it is means that our model is best for a predicting a value. So now one is another problem. It is if a student is studied 9.25 hours. So how how much they get the score? Suppose that if you studied 9.25 hours, and we wanted to our model is predict the value of score if we studied 9.5 hours. Okay, so we use on prediction and equals to linear regression. It is a linear regression dot predict, and in term of hours we use it is a two-dimensional array, so we use a two round bracket. Okay, and then we print the number of hours dot format dot equals to hours, means that 9.2 hours, and we predicting the score of a format is on prediction, it equals to 0. It is shows that first index value. Okay, if it is 1, suppose that, then it shows the error. Index 1 is not bounded 0 with the size. Okay, so if we only predict if a student it is predict uh, here we only predict the value of a student who studied 9.2 hours, so we use only a 0, so it's give a output he scored 93.69. Okay, N- this is my project, and I think you like it, so please subscribe it and like it. Okay, thank you.